Now in today's video, we are going to be checking out sounds that aren't actually sounds in your favorite Hollywood movies. Now, if you didn't know, sometimes they can't pick up every sound in every movie. So after they have filmed the movie, they go through and add sounds, and they're not actually the person like making the sound. They're different things. Listen, we're just going to get into the video. You'll understand once we get into it. I'm as confused as you are. Oh, it's just like wet spaghetti. He's just crushing it with his hands. Just munching on some lettuce. Noodles equals blood spurt. I know it's just food that he's playing with his hand, but I feel sick. Uncooked pasta equals bone crunch. It just sounds like somebody's dying real quick. Ugh, so gross, dude. Soup equals vomit. Wait, so you're telling me he doesn't punch meat for sound effects of a fight scene? He punches himself. This man is putting his body on the line, guys. Feathers equals bird. Oh, that hurts my soul. What is he doing? I'm so confused. Is he just stepping on a bunch of like telephones? Shredded rope equals horsetails. What? This man's is hitting some shredded rope back and forth in front of a microphone, and you're telling me that that is the sound of a horse's tail. Do I just have to close my eyes when listening to this to try and like get in the mind frame of a horse's tail? If we all close our eyes together, it kind of makes sense. So creative. I'm just in awe of it. Now, what do we think bamboo sticks are? Bamboo sticks tapping on the ground. Do we think a horse trotting? That's what I'm saying. Maybe a horse trotting? Rats. Oh, you're kidding. Bamboo sticks equals rats. Ugh. Oh, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. I'm trying to picture myself being a Foley artist, and I just don't have the creativity. Wet rags. Okay, what do we think wet rags are? What is a wet rag? Grape clusters. I definitely would never have picked that, so I'm not in trouble for failing this one. Are you right? This isn't an ASMR bit. VHS tape. Dry bushes in the wind. See, I can sense that. Like looking at that, I'm like, that sounds like a bush. Guys, look at this man's face. He's staring into the Neverlands. For this one though, I'm a little bit confused. When it comes to dry bushes in the wind, why don't you just get a big bunch of dry bushes? Please explain why we have to use the VHS tapes. This better not have been my family memories tape. I swear to God. Mardi Gras beads simulate pills in a bottle. Oh, okay. So you're telling me when they're shaking up some pills in a bottle, there's not actually any pills in there? Once again, why do we need Mardi Gras necklaces when we could just put some pills in a bottle? And then we got some pills in a bottle. I am confused more than anything. And some sounds are created just as you'd expect. A man walking. A man walking on the ground? Plot twist. This is a sound effect for a man walking on the ground. Oh, is that somebody cracking their knuckles? Is that something breaking? I feel uncomfortable listening to that. Now, if you've ever wondered how characters like Godzilla does their groans and roars, it's just a balloon. Yeah, literally just a balloon. Something so simple, so innocent. It's a balloon. To recreate a complicated roar, something really harmless is used. So whenever you're scared of scary monsters, just think at the other end of that is a man with a balloon just rubbing a balloon. It just sounds so weird when you say just a man rubbing a balloon. For example, in the 2014 remake of Godzilla, Foley artists use an inflated balloon to make most of their roaring sounds. Once again, think about how long these people play with these balloons to get all the different sounds, all the different roars. Like, it's pretty damn cool, but pretty damn simple. Whenever you hear pouring rain sounds in movies, it's actually just people frying some bacon. My stomach just grumbled when I said that. Sometimes Foley artists don't need to wait for bad weather conditions to record rain sounds. Thinking about it, thinking about cooking bacon, it actually sounds like pouring rain. Like heavy pouring rain. In fact, sometimes real rain sounds aren't as loud as they need to be. In this case, the sound of bacon sizzling on a pan is just perfect. And think about that. You're a Foley artist who has to make rain sounds, but also gets to enjoy a nice, tasty meal after it. They also may use the sound of falling rice for the same purpose. Damn, that makes sense too. Falling rice, sizzling bacon, pouring rain. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of craving some bacon now. If you ever hear crushing sounds, it's probably celery. Yeah, literally just a vegetable. Is celery a vegetable? A salad? I don't know. The sound of breaking bones or crushing things under a big creature's feet. So if you hear T-Rex crushing people's bones, and I was pretty much making the exact same sounds. Maybe I should be a Foley artist. The sound of breaking bones or crushing things under a big creature's feet doesn't actually require harming anyone. Thank God. I thought all this time, people getting killed and murdered in all these movies, it had to be done for the sound. It literally had to be done, alright? Whenever you see a horse walking and you hear the sound of them, you know, tapping their feet on the ground, it's probably a coconut, which kind of makes sense. When you knock dried, empty coconuts on a hard surface, it makes a familiar sound. Yep, it's the sound of horse hooves making while hitting the ground. They do sound really similar. This improvised tool can help to create any kind of pace with any move. food. It's a cheap and easy alternative for Foley artists. There's a lot of scenes in a horse movie. You've got to make a lot of different types of sounds. Are they walking fast? Are they walking slow? The sound of shooting and replacing arrows is actually bamboo. It's hard to catch the sound of flying arrows while filming. I mean, that makes sense. What's even harder is being able to catch the sound of running low on arrows. In this situation, a small stick of bamboo can save the day. By quickly waving the stick in front of a microphone, Foley artists manage to capture the needed effect. So pretty much when you see an arrow in a movie flying around, there's arrow sounds everywhere. It's just bamboo. Just simple, easy bamboo. Coconuts, bamboo, celery, they're just all so simple. If you ever hear the sound of gunshots, it's probably a staple gun because, you know, we don't want to have any danger of an actual gun being shot on set. A heavy staple gun is a perfect object to create the sound of shooting gun. It allows an artist to control the scene and add more or less special effects to it without harming anyone. How unreal is that? We don't actually have to get a gun out to get gun sounds. Safety first, people. Wait, what? If somebody's walking in the snow, it's actually cornstarch. That's so strange. Walking in crunchy, fresh snow sounds truly amazing. This is true. If you haven't been to the snow, you're missing out, mate. But if you want to replicate the sound yourself, just get some cornstarch, mate. You can practically go to the snow yourself. It is a great substitution. Artists pour out a large amount of it into a huge box, wear some special shoes, and start stepping. On a recording, you can't even tell for sure whether it's real snow sound or if it's the work of a Foley artist. That's all I'm going to be thinking about next time I watch a movie. Is like, is this sound real? Is this sound fake? I'm actually starting to question myself. Whenever you hear thunder sounds in a movie, it's probably an aluminium sheet. Different objects can be used to create realistic sounds, and one of them is a huge sheet of aluminium. Aluminium? What do Americans say? Aluminium? Aluminum? Aluminum. I can't do it. Swinging and shaking it in front of a microphone can remind listeners of thunder. I've done this before back in my Foley artist days. I can 100% picture people just going like that with some aluminium sheets and it making the sound of thunder. Imagine if you had to actually use the actual sound and you're chasing thunder with a microphone going, where is it? We need it for the next Avengers movie. After adding some more side effects, this can be used for films that feature bad weather conditions. Mind blown. Whenever you hear punching sounds, somebody's probably just punching a piece of meat. No bruises have to be created during this process. To create the sounds of slapping and hitting, artists use raw meat that falls onto a hard surface. I mean, it makes sense because it's like the same texture as human body. You know what I'm saying? They also sometimes punch the meat. A more humane version can be done using a big book. Wait, what? A big book? Meat? They make the same sound? What do you mean? Though they also have to drop it onto something hard. So when you hear punches and kickers, a bit of this, a bit of that, it's probably a piece of meat. My mind is blown. Is your mind blown, Willie? Hey? He's not having a bar of it. Whenever you hear somebody swinging on a swing, it's probably a rusty hinge. Oh, I hate the sound of metal rubbing on each other, and that's all I can picture right now. Swinging sounds can be used in different movies to create a tense atmosphere. Ooh. For this, Foley artists use things like rusty hinges. This sound is ideal for creeping out scary moviegoers. Oh, I'm not even watching a movie and I'm getting, you know, I don't watch scary movies, and the sound of rusty hinges and swinging ain't doing it for me, mate. Wait, what? If you hear a heartbeat sound in a movie, it's apparently a trash can? Some of these seem realistic. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Bacon sizzling kind of sounds like rain. This is just like, how? A lot of touching or scary moments require the sound of a heartbeat to make the situation more emotional. And they're not just like recording somebody's heartbeat right here. They use a plastic trash can? Plastic trash cans may not be that romantic, you reckon? But they're great at creating the needed heartbeat sound. Artists flip them over and rhythmically press on the bottom to achieve the desired result. I actually want to test some of these out and see if they work. Sounds of kisses is arms and lips. Wait, what? People are just kissing their arms and lips? This Foley technique is fun, fast, and easy. To create a nice kissing sound, artists will often kiss their own hands. They give those hands a smooch to create a romantic moment full of love and affection. For even better results, they also might apply some water to their lips before kissing their hands. Hold on. Ew, it's kind of creepy. I mean, it worked. I'm a Foley artist now. Tannar Foley artist. The sound of a falling body is actually big books. Not little books, not medium books, big books. Normally, a body falling onto the ground makes a clunking sound. Foley artists use an easy method to recreate the sound without inflicting any pain by using big books. By making these books fall or even slam onto the ground or other surfaces, they achieve the needed sound. Hey, okay. Crackling fire sounds is actually bubble wrap or cooking paper. Damn. Real fire doesn't always make tons of crackling noises. Wait, what? You're telling me fires don't actually make crackling sounds? What you talking about? Crinkling bubble wrap or baking paper comes in handy to create a proper atmosphere for any film. But the process isn't exactly relaxing for Foley artists. What, you're telling me that Foley artists don't enjoy pressing bubble wrap? I'm all for that, man. All for it. Hatching or cracking egg sounds is actually ice cream cones. A dry ice cream cone is used to create the sound of an eggshell being cracked. Why not just use an eggshell? No? I mean, each to their own. In some films, different creatures hatch from various eggs. In this case, artists squished melons while wearing rubber gloves covered in liquid soap. A wet sound is guaranteed. Ugh. A moist sound is guaranteed. Some of these are just so funny, dude. Holy sh! I'm genuinely shocked at some of the ones that we've learned today, and I'm honestly confused. Some of them make sense, some of them don't, but it's crazy. I feel like these guys are an essential part of a movie, so you got to appreciate the people behind the scenes. God damn. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you give it a huge thumbs up, and make sure you always